Hey, teacher! Teacher, I have a question about the distance formula. Can you give me 2 coordinate points and we can just practice it real quick? Oh, thanks, yeah. All right, guys, don't you just miss writing on the desks? All right, so we're gonna do a really quick distance formula problem. Let's see if this will work, it should. Okay, I'm gonna give you, just get 2 random coordinate points. So I'm gonna just choose -5, comma, 6. Okay, there's 1 coordinate point. Let's just pretend -5, comma 6, that's roughly about right up there. All right, and then I'm going to use, let's just see, how about 8, comma, -2, which is roughly right there. Okay, so using the distance formula, we're basically gonna find, whoop, that's not a straight line, the distance between those 2 coordinate points, okay? So I'm gonna write that out real quick. Distance equals, remember it's the square root of the whole thing. At the very end, we have to take the square root. Our x values, x1, x2 minus x1, doesn't matter which one comes first, squared, plus, that plus never changes right there, y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, so there's the formula. If you want to pause the video or something real quick. On that note, we are going to do a Zoom later, guys, but this is just a really quick recording. That's the formula right there. Okay, I'm going to underline my x values, you know, my x1 and x2. Cool, and I'm just going to plug those in. All right, so here we go. Second x value is 8. Drop down the minus sign. My first x value is -5. Uh-oh, what happens when we have 2 negatives? When back to back, they turn to a positive, okay? 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 squared is 169. Okay, so we had 13 and then 13 squared. Drop down that plus sign. I'm gonna do the same thing with my y values, okay? Let's choose this one as my y2, double circle. This one is my y1. All right, well, -2 right there. Okay, so I'm gonna drop in the -2, minus, see that minus sign is part of the original equation. My y2 value is -2, drop that down, minus, drop that down, and then -6 is my first, +6 is my first y value right there. Okay. So I just want you guys to see, one of the hardest parts is just plugging in the values and doing the operation correctly, okay? So my second y value is -2, I drop that down. The minus sign, drop that down. 6 is my first y value, put that there. Now, I'm gonna ask you guys this, would these negative signs cancel out? No, they wouldn't, because they're not, you know, back to back, they didn't cancel out like they did in the other one. So this is just -2, minus 6. So we keep going in the negative directions. So that is -8. Now don't forget to square it. -8 times -8, -8 squared basically is 64. So no matter what, whenever we square something, we're always gonna get a positive number, always. So that's why it doesn't matter what order you put things in, okay? So 169 plus 64, my brain's lazy, so I'm gonna use the calculator here. 169 plus 64 equals 233. Cool, is that my final answer? Is the distance between those 2 points 233? Nope, because we have to take the square root at the very end. Okay, so there's my 233. My square root sign's right there in the calculator. I'm just gonna press shift because it's on top. And then that button right there, boom. My final answer is 15.3. I'm gonna round up to 1 decimal place right there. So it's 15.3 is the distance between those 2 points. I'm just gonna film this right here. The hardest part is putting in the correct values, but then after the operations, you square it, you add the 2 together, take the square to the very end. Okay, that's just a really quick example. Bring some more questions for our future Zoom meeting. I'll give you guys the announcement on that. All right, bye.